Have you ever felt like you're doing, absolutely everything right with your money, but somehow you're just still not getting ahead? Well, welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving into a really fascinating mystery about wealth and human psychology. We're going to look way beyond the numbers and the spreadsheets to uncover the hidden behavioral mechanics that dictate who builds lasting wealth and who loses it all. So, we're going to start with a pretty jarring paradox, one that honestly defies standard logic. I mean, think about it. How is it actually possible that someone earning tens of millions of dollars can end up completely bankrupt, while an everyday person earning an average salary quietly builds this massive fortune over their lifetime? It's wild, right? We naturally assume more money automatically equals more wealth, but the data tells a profoundly different story. When you compare the high earner who ends up with literally nothing to show for it against the everyday earner who achieves true financial freedom, it brilliantly illustrates a key point. True financial success isn't just about income and output. Honestly, if it were simply a math problem, every single high earner would be rich. Instead, wealth is dictated by the invisible forces of psychology and, most importantly, impulse control. It's all about what happens inside your head way before you ever open your wallet. For years now, we've been fed these completely exhausting hustle culture myths. You know the ones. We're told the secret is waking up at 5 a.m., grinding yourself to the bone, working endless hours, or somehow having the magic insider knowledge to invest in the perfect stock. But listen, if you actually look at the research and the behavior of self-made individuals, the most foundational rich habit has absolutely nothing to do with exhaustion or luck. It's a mental shift, not a physical grind. Which brings us to Section 1, the ultimate rich habit. The pause. Financially successful people actually share this one profound psychological revelation. They've developed the habit of thinking before they act. They consistently pause before making purchases, decisions, or commitments, and they ask themselves this single critical question: will this improve my future or simply satisfy a temporary desire? That tiny fraction of a second, that little space between feeling a desire and actually acting on it, that is exactly where financial destinies are decided. To understand why this pause is so difficult for most of us, we have to look at Section 2, the psychology of impulse, the invisible enemy. The main culprit here? Dopamine. Our brains are fundamentally hardwired by millions of years of evolution to chase instant gratification. We are biologically programmed to seek out quick, immediate rewards rather than waiting for delayed gratification. Back when we were hunting and gathering, getting calories immediately was a massive survival advantage. But unfortunately, our brains still kind of think we're foraging for berries, even when we're just, standing in line at the Apple store. Today, this exact same chemical drive makes impulse control a total uphill battle against our own physical nature. And just think about our modern environment. The traps are quite literally everywhere. Modern design, from seamless one-click online shopping to the endless algorithmic feeds of social media and fast entertainment, it's all engineered to intentionally hijack that exact dopamine system. Companies are spending billions to completely eliminate any friction between you and a purchase. So, hey, it isn't entirely your fault when you overspend. You are actively fighting against systems that are weaponized against your basic biology. Let's see how this actually plays out in real life in Section 3, a tale of two earners, everyday choices. Imagine two people earning the exact same average salary. Earner A falls victim to those biological hacks we just talked about. When they're stressed, they might drop $1,000 on a new watch or a weekend trip just for that hit of instant gratification. Earner B, on the other hand, utilizes the power of the pause. In that exact same moment of temptation, they stop. They decide instead to make deliberate, long-term investments in themselves, whether that's buying a $20 book to learn a new skill, setting aside a little bit in savings, or simply avoiding a toxic debt trap. And here is where the real magic happens, the compounding effect. In month 1, earner A and earner B look basically the same, right? But fast forward 1 year, and earner B has noticeable savings and new skills. Jump to 5 years, and those seemingly insignificant daily decisions have compounded to create two completely divergent realities. Earner A is stressed, trapped in this exhausting paycheck-to-paycheck cycle, while earner B has unlocked real financial freedom and career mobility. Those small choices, they literally echo into eternity. So, how do we empower ourselves to defeat this invisible enemy? Let's move to Section 4, Mastering the Pause, Practical Strategies. You can start by treating the 24-hour purchase rule not just as a casual tip, but as a rigid biological override. When you feel that sudden impulse to buy something you didn't plan for, you stop at step 1. Step 2 is enforcing a mandatory 24-hour waiting period. Literally close the laptop, walk out of the store. By step 3, the next day, that dopamine spike has completely washed out of your system. This allows your prefrontal cortex, the logical part of your brain, to step in and actually make a clear, rational decision. By adopting these strategies as personal paradigm shifts, everything changes. Ask yourself if your future self will actually thank you for this choice. Focus on drastically reducing impulse spending rather than, cutting out joy entirely. Invest heavily in your own knowledge, and this next point is absolutely crucial. Focus on consistency over perfection. You've got to shift your focus entirely away from exhausting perfectionism, where one single mistake ruins your whole budget, and move toward manageable, consistent behavioral changes. If you fail one day, no big deal. You just try the pause again the next. It is absolutely vital to recognize the truth of this concept. Wealth is created long before money appears in a bank account. Financial independence is, first and foremost, an internal psychological state. It's a mindset of control and intentionality that you achieve long before the physical money ever actually materializes in your portfolio. Basically, if you master your mind, the money simply follows as a byproduct. Ultimately, this profound quote reminds us that our lives aren't shaped by one massive lottery-winning event. We are constantly, day by day, hour by hour, shaping our future selves through this simple mechanism of delayed gratification. Every single time you pause, you are casting a vote for a freer, wealthier, and more secure version of yourself. As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with one final, provocative thought to carry with you out into the real world. The next time you find yourself hovering over that buy now button or making a split-second choice about your resources, take a breath, find the pause, and ask yourself, what are you going to vote for today?